guys, it's Ross Scotland on the Space Couch today. I also acquired this from Forbidden Planet, The Rise and Fall of the Trigan Empire, Volume 1, a classic of my childhood. Absolutely love these comics, and I read all of this yesterday. Ripped right through it all. Loved it. It's of its time, from the 1960s, and obviously it's about an empire, and empires, by their very nature, are all about colonialism. Yes, but it's full of things like, all that will save him now is his own dauntless courage, and all that sort of thing. So it's basically someone's wish fulfillment, I think. So this is the start where the ship has been travelling 8 billion miles through space. 8 billion miles. What is that? Saturn? But that's meant to be in another galaxy. But it's all about these people, this barbarian tribe that founds the city. It's very Rome-like because it's built on 5 hills, the city of Trigan. And within 10 years, they've got rocket ships to their local moon. Yeah. But they have enemies. I remember these ships from the Locans. They're the evil people. Like, and this guy is very much like one of the ancient Greek philosophers, Peric the Wise. But yes, the bad guys in this, they're clearly always the bad guys. They have no redeeming qualities whatsoever. But the leader of the Locans, and I'm sure we'll see him in here somewhere. Yes. Here. Bear in mind, when this was published in the 1960s, the Second World War was still looming large. And at times he kind of looks more like, say, the stereotype of a Far Eastern warlord. Or sometimes he looks a bit Hitlery as well. Obviously that was definitely the vibe they were going for, because he's evil and vicious. But yes, the country of Loka is always trying to dominate everyone, and they're always getting beaten, which is good. So there's just some more wrestling and all that sort of stuff between the brothers, because there's 3 brothers, and one of them is obviously the leader, one of them is obviously the bad guy, and the other one is the nice guy who just wants to go along to get along. But yes, there's just some more. The Tyrant King. There's about a dozen or so different stories in this, and I remembered some of them, some of the specific panels, in fact, but not all of them. But it's great. And see, in this one, he looks more like Hitler. That's the king of the Locans. But it's always full of things like the guy who's the emperor and his surviving brother, and the brother's son, his nephew. They're always getting captured and deposed and sent into exile and sold into slavery and escaping and all that stuff. But yes, I do love the images in this. And the ships in this, I just remember them so well. The Trigan Empire. Like I say, it has its issues, but it's not too much. Of course, someone has got a slave who they call like more beast than man, and he's loyal to a fault, and all that sort of stuff. So, like I said, colonialism and all that, it's in here, but again, it's of its time. And now, of course, one of the moons crashes into the planet. Instead of shattering that planet into a million pieces, it basically kind of lands intact in an ocean. Like, this is part of the moon that lands on the planet. It's called Gallas, like the footballer. So that was a bit odd. A lot of the science of this is completely outdated. But there's more here. But yeah, absolutely loved this. They're just easy adventures. They're very much like Dan Dare and all those like 1960s things. Might even be the same artists, I don't know. See, and there's always loads of war going on and cities being bombed and all that sort of thing. People hanging from jetpacks. See, there's another invasion here. Paratroopers being dropped. There's the emperor and one of the other kings, and they're always like having wars with each other in completely mistaken circumstances, and then being best mates after. There's just some more panels there. But yeah, good fun. And this is volume 1, and volume 2 is supposedly coming out in November, so hopefully. Yeah. More of the evil Locans trying to overthrow the Trigan Empire. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? And it's another one was with the women know their place. You know, so like I said, it's very much of its time. But like I said, still good fun. Some of the drawing style kind of reminds me, like, say, Modesty Blaze, or Modesty Blase, whatever her name was. That comic from the 60s and 70s. So, yeah. Is this the one about the dauntless courage? No. In various accidents where they pull off narrow escapes, like I said, all that could save him now is his own dauntless courage. And here he is being recognised by someone. There's a coin, and there he is. It's just like when the King of France got captured during the French Revolution. That's how he was recognised. But a lot of it plays out in our own history as well. Like, because it's like a Rome analogue, and there's like a fascist analogue, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. This one, the alien invasion. So yeah, these things, they take over. See, here they've taken over sheep or goats, basically. They take over the various people. There's only 3 of them. Of course, they managed to end up with the emperor, the emperor's nephew, and one of the other kings. Yeah, but hey, I mean, I suppose that's their job. And this one, when they've been sold into slavery, just about to get rescued and then discovered, a giant sea serpent attacks the ship. So yes, it's very much like that all the way through. Like I said, it's a product of its times, but a guilty pleasure. Thoroughly enjoyable when you read it on the surface level. And bear in mind, our social mores now are very different from how they were back then. So you can see the whatever, you know, like the analogues that they were making quite crudely, because it's not subtle, the Trigan Empire. But anyway, guys, like I said, great fun. Looking forward to the 2nd volume in due course. We'll have another proper look at this at some point as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.